Hey everyone, Jason here with Phase Shift Games, and I am ridiculously excited that I have at least the first box of at least a few that are going to be coming in of the drop drive pre-production components from our manufacturer. I have not yet looked at them myself. I opened the top of the box to inspect that it was what I thought it was, and everything's still shrunk wrapped in there. And this is all for the first time, so I don't know what to expect. Here's what I think. I know that we have all the game boxes, or at least most, I think, if not all, and they're filled with some stuff. I think the stuff that's in these is most of the cardboard components, cards and tiles and things like that, which is going to be awesome to see. But I know that a lot of the heat printed wooden components are going to come in a separate box, which should be in the next day or two. I'll probably take this video and that video and splice them together, so when you're seeing this, you're going to see everything all at once anyway. But let's get into it. Let's see what this all looks like. I'm going to go to my multi-camera view. Here's the box, and let's see what we have. We are going to unbox. Why am I so ridiculously excited? Because this game has been years in the making. Your backers, for the most part, I assume, watching this, so you know that. You know that we've struggled with the timeline here. This project was so much bigger than we expected, but bigger in a way that now we're going to start seeing for real, why? Why was this project bigger, and in what ways? And I can't begin to tell you how excited we are. So let's start. This is the space mat, the neoprene mat, and as we indicated in one of our recent updates, this is now a single piece. Originally, we were going to do two separate pieces, just like we did with Dungeon Drop, and we decided to move to a single piece, a single hexagonal piece. Honestly, the reason I decided this, I received one, which was literally in the exact same dimensions. I think it's 14 inches on each of the sides. And I received one for the game Vindication, and it was the exact same dimensions, and it came in a normal size box. It was rolled and then slightly bent so that it would fit in the normal box, and it worked perfectly. And I said, well, heck, we can do that too, rather than two halves that you would roll up and put side by side, which works fine for Dungeon Drop. It's a bigger square, but in this case, I love this. So let me see if I can get this a little closer. We have, on this camera at least, stitched edges is something that we decided to build into this mat. Now that it's a single piece, we could do something like that, whereas before that would not have worked. Yeah, I mean, the quality of this is great. I mean, this is pro at this point. Everything we're getting now is professionally made by our manufacturer in China, and so the quality, the thickness, the color depth, I'm really, really happy with everything I see there. The resolution of the artwork. I don't know which camera is better to put things up to, but awesome. We're going to leave that right there, and the rest of what we unbox will be placed on top. That's a great start. I love it. Okay, what's next? This was separated. I can only assume that these are the space walls, which go with the mat. Well, for most of you, they go with the mat. We kind of intended them to be a set. And if these already have all the effects that we asked to have built into these, I will be so happy to finally see this. So let's take a look. Now, I will say at first glance, it does not have all the effects that we expected, so I'll have to follow up on that. It is the space walls, though. The effects that it's supposed to have in the final version are several. So here's one of them. Okay, well, the quality's amazing. I love them. The coloring and the quality of the print is really vibrant, which we'd expect at this point. They are supposed to be a couple things. They're supposed to have spot UV, which would make some of the like comet trails and the galaxies would be shiny. And then it's also supposed to have embossing, which means some of these large asteroids would literally be puffed up a little bit. That is not yet here. So that's fine. That may just be that this was the digital printing, which is what I'm sure it was. Not the final version that requires the machines to go through and do all that spot UV and stuff like that. But take a look. I'm going to move this box up there for now. And boom. There's our space arena. 3 different wall segments. Each of the 3 segments have different artwork. It's the same artwork on the front and the back. So the outside in or inside out, no matter how you're looking at it, it's all the same there. But all of the 3 pieces come together and create this entire arena, and all 3 pieces have different artwork so that it just looks like a landscape, if that makes any sense. A spacescape of awesomeness with asteroids and galaxies and nebulas and all the fun sci-fi stuff that we love. Okay, we are off to a tremendous start. Let's keep it going. In no particular order. Actually, I should go in an order. I should find the base game first. Let's find the base game first. Okay. We have... the base game. Drop drive. We're going to take it expansion by or box by box. So, at first glance, once again, I don't see the spot UV effect, so I think that's just because these are digitally printed for now. They're not formal, they're not printed on like their giant printing presses and so on with all the specialty effects. So, 2 to 4 players, 45 minutes, 8 and up, ages. All the art and everything looks exactly right. This is, of course, if you want to store your box vertically. We have that version here as well. Looks awesome. I have only amazing things to say about how that looks. And the back of the box. Ooh, that pops nice. Okay, so this was one of my concerns as we were working through the artwork for the back of the box and all these little call-outs. If I put it up to the camera, you can see it a little closer there. All these little yellow call-outs. The graphic design for that was very difficult to make it not too busy, but also to be clear, all these different things that you could do. And I know this is just the back of the box. It's all marketing. Doesn't probably matter much to you all, but very happy with that. That's going to be awesome. All right, let's open it up. Try not to slice my pretty box here. Ooh, Scott, can't wait to get in person with you and play this game with you and me and Darren and all of our other friends at Phase Shift. Holy cow. This is like years. This project was so big. To finally have them in our hands is so awesome. Okay, let's see. What does it look like? First of all, inside printing. Fantastic. No problems there. That was something that we expected. Oh, that's right. Okay, right off the bat. This is something we did here, and we will do in the future for Dungeon Drop as well, which is include inside the base game cardstock version of the walls. Same walls that are out here, same artwork. These won't have the specialty effects, but they're in the base game box. And, with Dungeon Drop, that was something we didn't have originally. We didn't even make the walls until like a year later. But future printings, we're going to probably do something similar where we put versions of them in the box. Now, these are folded one extra time. So let's show you how it would work. You would unfold. If we take out, just take out one of these for now. You would unfold it so it's got that one extra fold in it. That's so that it can fit inside the box. And voila. Built-in walls for your space arena. So not as, not as elegant as the nice heavy cardboard or chipboard, punchboard space walls that are sold extra, but to have a version that you can port easily with the game, that is great. All right, let's move on. The one thing is do I care which way they creased it? No, I guess it doesn't matter which way they creased it. They creased it in like this. I think I assumed they would have done an accordion type thing like this, but I don't know as it matters, because ultimately what matters is that it lays out mostly flat on the table, and it does. All right, so we have our built-in space walls. I'm going to put back up the nicer version. All right, so next, a bunch of Ziploc bags. Not going to waste time on that. This is the Kickstarter exclusive crossover pack. I don't know which way is better on the smaller camera there. Yeah, we'll probably do that. They did everything, including all the punch board. I didn't think I'd see the punch board already. Okay, so this Kickstarter exclusive crossover pack has a simple rule sheet here. Setup rules for how to incorporate. It's got stuff for drop drive and for dungeon drop. So this little rule sheet here will explain how to incorporate those various aspects. And specifically, here's the Dark Jelly card for drop drive. And the Dark Jellies themselves, the actual cubes, will come in a later box. So you're going to see that in the second video. This is just the card that goes in the Anomaly deck that you randomly draw from. We have the Dark Jelly rules card itself. And those are going to be kept in a pile of rules cards separately. So that's how to use the Dark Jellies in drop drive. Then there's the Dark Jelly huge monster card for dungeon drop. So basically those same purple cubes that are used in drop drive, the Dark Jellies, we now have a Dark Jelly huge monster that you can use one of those cubes that we're giving you. We're giving you an extra one, and you use that for your dungeon drop. And now you have a new huge monster for the Dark Jelly, which is awesome. Okay, and I'm going to get this really close. This is the first time I'm seeing the steel cut, the die cut token sheets, and there's going to be plenty of these. So, boom, there is Captain Cosmic Boblin. Again, this is all part of the Kickstarter exclusive crossover pack that everyone who backed the campaign is getting one of these. On the back is a little cheat sheet for encounters, if your captain encounters another captain. The punch board is really thick. We went for extra thick. This is don't ask me to remember if it's like 2 millimeter, or I forget the exact millimeters, but we went for a much thicker punch board than is typical, and that's nice and chunky. And I'm stoked with the coloring. Everything is so vibrant. And then of course these are just some extra credits, little 1 credits here. And I'm sure we're about to see all the other bigger amounts of credits. Okay, more Ziploc bags. That is all the Kickstarter exclusive crossover pack. What's missing here are the actual cubes for the Dark Jellies. And I think that's it. Everything else is the punch board tokens that we got here. Okay, let's move on. The Rulebook. A nice big rulebook. So for all of our fans, you know that this is new for us. We're used to small cubicle boxes and 3.5 inch by 3.5 inch rule books, just like these cards, because this is the size of card that everything in Dungeon Drop is, including the rulebook. And when we started this project for Drop Drive, we had originally assumed that it was going to be in the same cubicle box size, and then we said this game's too big, and we expanded it, as you likely know. So to have a rule book now that's ours, that is full size. This is fits perfectly in there too. I think 9.5 by 9.5 inches, and that's awesome. Drop drive the rule book. We got a QR code there for facts and erratas. Back cover. I love hearing the Dice Tower folks rail on rulebook covers when they don't include a good player aid, and believe me, I wholeheartedly agree. So we built in not only the credits, of course, but a really nice turn order summary, encounter summary, battle, damage, and then all our specimens in the game that have unique set collection type scoring. Get it close to that there so you can see. That took a bit of extra time to develop that little player aid, and that's going to be really, really helpful. Beautiful. Obviously, I'm not going to go through every page here, but just to flip through and make sure all our color coding is popping correctly. So far, so good. System setup, player setup. The font size is nice and big. Again, we're afforded the opportunity now to have a larger font size than we were with Dungeon Drop. Bigger examples and more imagery in line throughout the rulebook. So I hope that this will be very well received. I think it will. And then after this page, we get to our special anomaly rules. That's the green section, which is kind of like after your first game. You can start to add in the anomalies, which are going to shake things up and really add some thematic elements to your game, but you don't have to use them, certainly in your first game or two, as you're getting used to things. And that is great. All right, let's move on. Got a rule book. Woohoo! Punch board sheet. Full size punch board. Oh, I can't wait. We're going to assemble this here. That's our Dyson Sphere. All right, so what do we got? We got some fuel reserves here. I forget what we called those. Fuel containers, maybe. We've got some wormholes, and then we've got some art that's just general tokens that you can use if you have your own rules you want to add in for how to use the Galactic Guidebook or a siege ship or just empty space. The Space Beast is ours. We have an anomaly for. That's a specific one. But some of these other ones, we just wanted to put in some really cool science fiction artwork as extra tokens because a big part of this is these anomalies, and you can, just going to kind of pan around here, you can come up with your own anomaly rules, and we gave extra blank cards for the anomalies in the anomaly deck as well, so that if one of those comes up, it means your special custom anomaly. And then even this big vortex tile here is just another freebie that we threw in. So we got a bunch of those freebies. Again, punch board's really thick, vibrant coloring. Here's our 4 main captains that come in the base game. And you saw earlier Cosmic Boblin. He's just another one of the captains that you can add to the mix. And then separately we'll see the white captain. That's the in the 5th player expansion. 5th captain. So we have Captain Hardtack. Nice. Captain Bow Metric. Oh no. Oh, I can't hold on to Captain Bow. Captain Bow Metric. Captain Merc Fizz. Scott had fun naming these. And Captain Arcane. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to punch out this bad boy. Actually, I'll punch out everything. Oh, punch out nice and easy, nice and clean, no peeling. Boom, done. Now, this bad boy. This is the Dyson Sphere, and inside it are 3 little pylon pieces. And the rules explain how to construct this in case it's not clear. But basically, these should, if we did our engineering correctly, and it looks like we did. This is also a first for us, doing these like constructible cardboard, things. I got a good friend in the community. He made Merchant's Cove, and they have tons of these constructible cardboard 3D things, boats and merchant stands and everything else. So it was something we really liked the idea of that and wanted to start playing with. And there is our Dyson Sphere, which of course, once I have the sun in the center of the table, this would sit around the sun. But there you go. We have a nice 3D Dyson Sphere. Awesome. All right, next. We have all the tokens. Then we have even more scenery that's just available for whatever you want to use them for. They can be obstacles in space. Like here's a little set of asteroids. Maybe you just throw it out and your ships can't fly through it. Or maybe you take a point of damage every time you touch it or fly into it. There's all sorts, and we even give some proposed rules for things like that in some of the anomalies. These things here are just like, I don't know, what do you call them? Comets or asteroids. There's a green one, a red one, and a blue one. So just some fun things that you can put out in space, have some special rules for. Maybe in the future we'll have contests and we'll have a new anomaly that you can download that makes use of some of these. The sky is the limit. Space is the limit. And then of course we have a whole plethora here of credits. And they look fantastic. And the cut lines look exactly what we would expect. Make sure that they line up here with the other ones perfectly. Yes, they do. So we got 1s, 5s, and 25s. Beautiful. Not going to punch all those out. Save those for later. Ooh, we have our insert. I wasn't sure if I was going to see that already. Although I will say, parts of the bottom of the insert, I hope that's not gonna fly. That's too thin in the bottom there. It's like a thin film, but it's really cool to see this this insert. space for our poker cards, space for our full-size square cards, space for our half-size cards. Very nice. Now, the spaces are supposed to be engineered to be large enough for sleeved cards. Our sleeves, in fact. We sell sleeves. So, let me open this up and then put them back in and see if they seem like they're big enough. If not, I will have to work with China to expand the size of this. Well, you know what? I won't really know until I get the sleeves and put them in it. There does seem to be enough wiggle room there. I want to make sure, though, that we have absolutely enough. There's space here for the space mine, space here for market demand tokens. We might even have some of those components here. This is for the sun and the Dyson Sphere, and the Dyson Sphere slots right in, so the sizing is exactly what we expect. Oh, the anomaly tokens. Let's open this. Oh, my God. It's full of stars. Look at that. Now, so these are supposed to be like a particular monolith-shaped object from a particular science fiction trope that we all know and love. And the sparkles inside, oh God, they gleam, they glitter. I hope you can see them there on the camera. Beautiful. They're tinted black. Of course, the monoliths are supposed to be black. We wanted it to look like it's full of stars, so we added the glitter inside. They're acrylic, they're thick, they're the right size. They're gonna bounce around exactly as we expect them to. I don't know if we should tint them even more black. you'll start to see less and less of the glitter inside. But I will say at first glance, those are awesome. All right, what else do we have? Apparently we have some crystals. All right, our 5 colors in the game, which relate to the 5 cultures, the 5 main planets in the game, the 5 asteroid types. We've got blue, green, pink, yellow, and white. So there's the white ones. We gave them like a semi-opaque, cloudy look as opposed to full clear, because they're supposed to be like frozen gas. So I think that came out beautifully. Love the colors. We spent a lot of time working through the exact right color code for every one of these. There's the pink. You know, they're not just... Did I already show the blue? There's the blue. They're not just primary colors, right? We wanted them to be more interesting, more unique. Like that's a yellow, almost a yellow orange. Awesome. Awesome. Throw those out into the center. All right, I had already started pulling out the cards. Now, this is the Explore deck, which has specimens, passengers, and ship upgrades. And here is Bulborks, one of our multi-pass passengers. There's just nothing to say. It's just exactly what we wanted. It's beautiful. It's vibrant. It's the right material. It's thick. It's quality. It's just great. Love it. Obviously, I'm not going to go through all of these, but Heady Heady Moes, Bark Blink, Uz Nebulous. All right, so these are a whole bunch of passengers. Then we get to specimens. Here's the skittish specimen. Loving it. All right, this video is already going on longer than I expected, but I know people really love unboxing videos, so I'm going to try to speed it along, though. Those are specimens, and then we get to upgrades. And, you know, the kinds of things we look for when we're proofing this kind of stuff, cut lines, making sure icons in the corners are coming out exactly where we expect them, not getting cut off, that words and the boxes that have content are centered. Obviously, I'm going to proof everything again. I have a bajillion times already. But, yeah, this is great. Excellent. All right, so those are Explore cards. This is more in here than I had expected. Again, all of the heat-printed wooden components and some of the other custom components, those are not in this box. They will come in the next one, so that'll be like the ships and the space mine tokens and container tokens and things like that. All right, so here we have a ship front, the guild. And at this point, having seen the other cards, I have every expectation that these are exactly what they should be. The chimeric, the elusive, the opulent. And now, of course, the trademark of Dungeon Drop and Drop Drive here is you've got a ship front and then any ship back, and you put them together, and now we have the Guild Leviathan, or the Fathomless Kraken. Those two are actually, all 4 of those are from the same culture, the Brineborn, but it could be the, where's the backs? It could be the Fathomless Destiny with the Yeshin's culture and their ship back, or the Rogue Prism. Love it. Okay, nothing else really to say there. Ship fronts, ship backs. Then we have planets. We have Crown, Alpha, Hive, Brine, and Range. Those are our 5 planets in the game. There is a homeworld side, and there is an edgeworld side. Homeworld has 3 rows of market that you can sell stuff and no special effect. The edgeworld side only has 2 rows for market spaces, but it also has a special effect. In this case, a fuel depot. Collect the nearest fuel canister. Great. Planets. Now what'll be interesting is if I got the multi-layered planets in the deluxe, which we'll get to momentarily, which have cutouts for all these market demands, and we'll see how that works. Okay. Oh, and lastly, cards here are the Anomaly rules cards, just like the one you saw earlier for the Dark Jellies that came in the Kickstarter exclusive. These are now the rules cards that come in the base game. Precursor Tech, Dyson Sphere, Wormhole, Space Beast, Space Mines, and the UFO. And of course, the UFO is the one that uses that UFO token. Space Beast has a token. The Space Mines, that one has 10 heat printed wooden tokens because they get flicked around. So those aren't here yet, but we'll see them later. On the front of each of these is the setup rules, what we call the long range scan setup, and the components. And then on the backs are the gameplay rules for each one of these. So if the Space Beast comes out, you set it up on the front, and then on the back, it has rules for how it feeds when it goes into a feeding frenzy, or how you can study the Space Beast and take green asteroids from it. Beautiful. Alrighty. And then two more things are in this box. We have the Anomaly cards. These are Anomaly rules that I just showed you. These are the Anomaly cards, the actual deck that you will shuffle. And this is what will randomly determine which anomaly will come out each time you explore one of these anomaly tokens. Maximum 3 per game unless you do something special. So, Precursor Tech Ship, Dyson Sphere, Wormhole, Space Beast, Space Mines, UFO. Those are all the same 6 that I just mentioned. We have the rules cards for. And then these are the freebies. All those tokens that we're giving you, all these freebie tokens, you can make your own anomalies. So, for example, you can shuffle into the deck. It's called Faint Signals. So we have Faint Signal Alpha, Beta, Chi, Delta, Epsilon, and Phi. And it just says right here, refer to your own custom rules for this particular anomaly. So you can have a printout off to the side or whatever your special rules are. But if this gets randomly drawn, then you know that it's now going to trigger your custom personal or downloaded anomaly rules. And you can use those other tokens. You can use stuff you have around the house. Doesn't matter. So all those are in there as well. Sweet. Let's put everything in their respective spaces back in the box. And, oh, and of course we have this over here is for the captain tiles. Really excited to see the insert here. I didn't think we were going to get the insert in this shipment. This is for all the big tokens. This here is for the Dyson Sphere and the sun. I don't have the sun in this shipment. That will come in a later shipment. The anomaly tokens can go over there. And so on. I'm going to put all these in there because we're going to start unboxing other things. All the credits are going to go in one of these, and all the asteroids are going to go into the other one. All right. Anything under? Nope. Just more inside printing. Cool. All right. What's next? Oh, these. Yes, so this is kind of the most unique aspect of our game is right here are the Nav Tools, the Nav Tool links. So we had this custom engineered. The things I'm looking for here are the plastic, the tensile strength, the flexibility, the quality of the what's it called? The details, because we also put a lot of neat cosmetic details. This is the end piece, and these are the links. And so the end piece snaps right into the link, and now that swivels. And the links, of course, attached to other links, they just snap right in, right out, based on your ship's rocket drive rating. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you have a rocket drive rating of 5, you can set a flight path for the start and end of your ship on the board. And of course, whatever's under that flight path, you move your ship from here to here. You pick up all the asteroids and salvage and fuel canisters and things like that on the way. These are great. Absolutely perfect. They should be. We put a lot of time and engineering into these. We printed a lot of 3D samples through different companies, 3D printers and such, and these are now official. All right, let's move on. Wow. Seeing this is so awesome. All right, I'm done. I'm done with my over exuberance here. Oh, except I'm not done. I'll keep being exuberant. All right, for now, I'm gonna throw all these right here because we are gonna move on to other boxes. All right, that's just about everything. That's garbage. That is most of the cardboard stuff and the insert and the box for the base game. I'm gonna pick up the pace now, and these things shouldn't have as much stuff in them anyway. Wow, this is definitely longer than I expected. I hope that's a good thing. I hope you all like what you're seeing. I certainly do. All right, this is the Strange Signals. Strangely hard to open the wrapping. Strange Signals expansion. Now this is the main expansion, right? This is the big box expansion that really expands the game tremendously. This is what adds, if you recall during the campaign, we ended up with 18 anomalies in total. The base game has the 6 that I showed you earlier. Those are like standard. They're simple to execute. You throw out a space beast token, it moves around a little bit, it disrupts some stuff, but it's pretty easy. Some of these get much more in depth, much more interesting. They're meant to shake up the game substantially. There's the drop gate, there's the pirate port. Well, I can look on the back of this box and tell you all of them. There's 8 in here. And then there's some other expansions that add even more anomalies. And this box is meant to hold all of them. That's why it's shaped the way it is. It's meant to hold, I don't know if the envelopes are in there, but there's going to be envelopes for every anomaly, and they're meant to stack vertically in here with enough space to grow substantially, like double or triple the number of anomalies currently in the game. Let's see, it adds 8 anomalies, immersive anomalies to drop drive, storage for all your anomalies and their bits. This is an expansion, not a standalone game. And here they are. Belter's Bazaar, Last Element, Dropgate, The Whale of Deep Thoughts. Oh my god, I can't wait. Maelstrom, Zest Planet, Pirate Port, and Furball Fiasco. Alright, let's see them. Again, the physical wooden components are not going to be in here yet. Oh yeah, we got our inside printing again. Nice. Little promotion for our 5th Captain pack as well. Oh, some of the bits are in here. Oh, I guess like the plastic ones are. Okay, we'll get there. I don't know what order to go in. All right, let's start with these. These are for, this is the Spice Planet. Now, you didn't even see the rest of the planets. They're coming in a separate box. But all the planets, this is marbleized, and the deluxe planets, if you get the deluxe upgrade, will all be marbleized to match this. This is the Spice Planet, so that's part of that anomaly. And then these are, oh, nice bronze effect. These D4s, these are the pyramid ships that are used in the Dropgate anomaly, right? I believe. Yep. Awesome. Then we have more crystals. These are called coaxy crystals. These are used in the Maelstrom. They're very, very light blue, like an ice blue. Really awesome. And then we have spice crystals, which are orange, of course. And they're used with the Spice Planet anomaly. Those are fantastic. Here's our Whale of Deep Thoughts. Another little token sheet here. The Whale, Pirate Port, Mr. Darkness, and the Maelstrom. All right, these are all tiles, and then there's cards and Ziploc bags, and credit token. All right, in no particular order, this is the Belter's Bazaar. It's a punchboard tile. So when that anomaly comes out, you add this over to the side of the play area where the planets are, and it's now something else. You also have a token in the center, and it's something else that you can land on and participate in station activities. We have the Pirate Port, another big punchboard tile. On this tile, you will place pirate activity tokens, which are these. There's 9 of these tokens. And essentially, every time the pirates activate, you're also going to draw one of these pirate activity tokens, which means more bad stuff happens. The pirate nearest to the ship with the most specimens moves to it, arms weapons, and attacks with +1 battle rating. That's one of them. All players activate the pirate they're responsible for. That's another. Each pirate does 2 damage to the ship that it's nearest to. So, for example, these are all individual punchboard tiles. They get placed onto the pirate activity tokens spot, and you shuffle them up. And you also can now trade with pirates using the pirate port. You can go there and essentially trade some of your goods with goods that are on pirate ships. Okie doke. Then we have the drop gate. Another big chunky tile. This one has a chevron token. That's a wooden token that's not here yet. That's going to move around the drop gate. And every time one of these ships... I'm forgetting the exact rules. I think every time you touch one of these ships, if it's got a 3 facing up, you're going to move the chevron up to 3 spaces. Wherever it lands, you get that effect. And then you redrop the pyramid ship token. And the pyramid ship tokens will also go around to planets and subjugate the planets, and then you can kind of infiltrate to get them off the planet. Woo! Awesome. That's that one. Then we have the Zest planet. Aha! Look, look, look! It's multi-layered. Okay, did they do it right? Yes. It's dual layered. On the back is just a cheat sheet for how the Zest... we didn't call it Spice Planet. It's Zest Planet. That's right. So those were Zest tokens earlier, the orange ones. On the back is a cheat sheet of how the Zest tokens work, Zest crystals. And on the front, oh, nice. So I think in the deluxe box, we're going to see the other dual layered planets where you actually have spaces that the market demand tokens move within. Perfect. Perfect. What's this? More poker cards mean more cards for the Anomaly deck, which are these. So they look like the other ones, but these are now for the 8 new anomalies. So you just shuffle them right into the Anomaly deck, and more of these possibilities can randomly come up. And again, on each one of these, there's a short-term, what do we call it? Short-range scan effect. So in this case, drop gate. Gate network is the short-range effect. Draw Explore cards equal to 1 more than the number of players. Starting with you, each player chooses 1 to collect, and then you get to collect the remaining card. That's like your bonus for exploring. That's if you want to do the super quick anomalies, and you don't want to set anything else up. But if it's early in the game, like the first anomaly that's explored, this is up to you and your gaming group. You can decide, nope, we're not going to do the short range effect. We're going to do the long range effect. And that's where you look at the anomaly card, and it has the specific rules about how to set up the gate network in this case. Last element, the Whale of Deep Thoughts, Furball Fiasco. Okay, so those are all the anomaly cards. Go into the poker deck. There's also another poker deck here for the Whale of Deep Thoughts. I love this one so much. So the whale is going to move around from planet to planet on the board. And if you go to the planet where the whale token is, your neighbor is going to draw one of these cards. And they're going to ask you, are you going to be open-minded or closed-minded? And then based on your answer, they're going to read you one of the questions. If you are closed-minded, I forget if those are the terms that we use, whatever the exact terms are, but basically in one case you have to close your eyes. And in this case, let's say you did that one. Your neighbor's asking you now, which player's ship is furthest from the sun? So you kind of have to try to remember, based on, before you close your eyes, where everything was. But the question might be about how many cargo are on the player to your left ship. You know, they're all different kinds of things. So those are the closed-minded ones. And then the other ones, open eyes, you're looking at the board, and the question in this case would be, how much closer is that ship to the system's edge than that ship? And so you kind of have to look and gauge, you keep your hands folded in front of you, and figure out, and then if you're right after you measure, you get the most points possible. If you're within one, then you get the next most amount of credits. So those are going to be super fun. You shuffle that deck. They're used when the Whale of Deep Thoughts is in play. We have what we call a crew token here. Here's Mentath. Mentath comes into play with the Zest planet. And he's a crew. He comes onto your ship. He goes over with your captain. It's the same size tile. In this case, you can spend a fuel to add 3 to a die that you just rolled. So he lets you succeed at dice rolls. Much better. And then some more credit tokens. Then we have Suprema is another crew, just like Mentath. When Suprema's on your ship, you get +2 to your battle rating. Awesome. So those are the 2 crew tiles. There's also what we call contribution tokens that come with the last element. Did we see that tile yet? No, here it is. This is the ancient temple. And these contribution tokens will be placed onto that at the start of the game. There's 5 of them. And then as you contribute to the temple, you're going to find those elemental stones, or Suprema herself. You're going to, let's say that you have Suprema on your ship. You go to the ancient temple, you send her down, and you take your contribution token, and at the end of the game, that is going to be worth points. There's some other rules to it, but that's the gist of that. And then the elemental stones, of course, if you get those are more contributions. Then we have more credits. Don't know where I put the rest of those. It's fine. Here we have asteroid belts. These are for the Belter's Bazaar. There are 4 different ones. On one side, there is an indication. It's meant to be really small. It's just flavor of the actual Belter's Bazaar station. And you can see it there. It's that tiny little image. And on the other side, you don't have that. And here's why. On this side that doesn't have it, you can use these as generic asteroids that just block movement or have special rules for movement. But if you play with the side that has the Belter's Bazaar, all 4 of these different shaped asteroid belt tokens will be on the table, and any asteroid that you enter, meaning your ship moves into the asteroid belt, can land on a Belter's Bazaar station. It's like there's many of them. They're all over these asteroid belts. And then you interact with the Belter's Bazaar tile itself. Awesome, awesome. Everything's looking great, guys. Everything. What's next? The Maelstrom. I won't bother to explain how this one works, but you're basically trying to get from the outside to the inside of the Maelstrom. Different skill checks each time. You might have to roll against your Explore rating or your Battle rating or your Rocket Drive rating to get coaxy crystals. Coaxy crystals might blow up on your ship and cause damage, so you want to get them to a planet as quick as possible and sell them, and they sell for a boatload of money. Fun. More Ziploc bags. These are the rules. Just a simple rule sheet here for strange signals, how to incorporate all these different anomalies, which is really simple. It's just taking those anomaly cards, shuffling them into the deck. Then we have some special cards that come with some of these anomalies. Here is the larval specimen, kind of like a larval worm. The harvesting carry-all upgrade for your ship. comes with one of them, and the Scouting Puddle Skipper upgrade for one of your ships that comes with the drop drive. No, the, what do we call it? Drop gate anomaly. And the other two were from the Zest planet expansion. And lastly, more rules cards for all those different anomalies. Now, take a look here. We have, is that all that's left? I think so. Ziploc bag. These holographic bags are meant to be one per anomaly. And I've got to play with this to make sure it's constructed the correct way. I told them that the top shouldn't be heat sealed the way it is here, but rather it should be a folded over flap. So this is the pre-production version, and it's also thinner than it should be. But the idea is each one of these bags is meant to hold one of the anomalies and all of the bits that relate to it. So here's the Belter's Bazaar, and you would have the rules card facing out like this so that you can read it. The backside is opaque and cool, shiny, holographic look. The Belter's Bazaar, the tile that goes with it. In the case of the Belter's Bazaar, you could put these asteroid belt tokens in there, and so on. I don't think for the Belter's Bazaar there's anything else, but now this is one envelope that holds everything, and it goes standing up into the box along with all of the others, and you're just going to stack these up, and you can put them in alphabetical order so that you can easily find and pull out as soon as you know that you drew the Belter's Bazaar. Here's the packet, and away you go. All right. Love it. That's it for that one. The rest of these should go pretty quick because they're tiny boxes. Let's finish this up. Whew. This is way more than I thought was coming in this shipment. I am really happy. Of course, the next one you're going to get to see all the really unique pieces with those heat printed wooden components. All right, so these are the sleeve packs, which is great because now I can test the insert, which I'll do later. But the full-size sleeves, poker sleeves, and of course the small, whatever we call them, half-size sleeves. All right, so we got sleeve packs. Then we have Space Coins booster pack. I can tell you right now, the metal pieces are not in there, so I don't have the metal pieces yet, but the box itself, at least. Well, that's upside down. Huh. It's not a big deal, but that's supposed to be opposite. Are these all like that? Yeah. Okay. So we have the Luxury Links limited promo pack, which has the Death Dodecahedron anomaly. Space Coins booster pack. Let's open these. Good, that is all 6. There should be 6. Shipping shenanigans. This was the fundraiser pack that adds 2 anomalies for Drop Drive, and it also adds some content for Dungeon Drop. So these are all tuck boxes. These are not meant to be permanently saved boxes. They're kind of meant to just, be a nice packaging. Nothing will get creased because it's actually a box. It's not just a Ziploc bag. But generally speaking, you're going to pull these out. You're going to incorporate them into the bigger Strange Signals box, put stuff into the envelopes, and then you don't need these tuck boxes anymore. Then we have the deluxe upgrade, which is the thicker one because it has much more stuff in it. Metal coins, the deluxe planets, the 3D tiles, which we're definitely going to look at, and the 5th Captain pack. All right, in no particular order, let's open this one here, the 5th Captain pack. How is this? kind? Trying to remember if we knew that. Yeah, that's why it's upside down on the bottom. Okay. Well, anyway, 5th captain pack here. Comes with more crystals. It will also come with more heat printed fuel and salvage, but we don't have those yet. Comes with its own battle die. That's the white battle die for the white player. Comes with more of the Nav Links, Nav tool. Of course, these should be white. No, these are gray. White ones come in the luxury links. Okay, we'll get there. And then some more tokens. The 5th captain himself, which is Captain Marvelous. Another captain tile. And many more credits, because you need more credits in a 5-player game. Okay, that's that. Like I said, these are going to start going quicker. Very nice. Nice little 5th captain pack. We'll save deluxe for the end. All right, shipping shenanigans. And shipping, there certainly were shenanigans afoot back in those days. Lost a lot of money during that shipping crisis, but that's why we did this fundraiser. So those of you who are getting this fundraiser pack get a lot of good stuff. We have more Ziploc bags. Probably have too many Ziploc bags. The Wreck of the Everstar. This is not supposed to be a pamphlet. This is supposed to be 2 more anomaly rules cards like these, not a rules sheet. So that's got to be corrected. The Wreck of the Everstar is one of those 2. The Galactic Shipping Hub is the other of those 2. All right, so I'll have to fix that. Token sheet with the Galactic Shipping Hub, more coins. Again, there will be heat printed components here. There's gonna be quite a few actually. There's the Monstrous Mimic cube for Dungeon Drop. So that was part of that fundraiser pack, was we're giving you stuff for Dungeon Drop 2, along with the cube for it, which is not here yet. There's 2 anomalies, and each of these anomalies use heat-printed container cubes, or rectangular containers, that you drop into space. The Galactic Shipping Hub and the Wreck of the Everstar. So those containers aren't here yet. And then 2 more classes for Dungeon Drop as well. Merchant Captain and Treasure Hunter. All right, let's keep it moving. So all the physical components there are not here yet. They will be. I'm not going to bother opening this one. This is the Space Coins Booster Pack. In it are nothing but more Space Coins. The metal ones, which I assume will come in the next box. That one is empty. Limited promo pack has our Death Dodecahedron anomaly. And in here, again, don't have the physical 3D component yet, but there will be a 3D metal Death Dodecahedron, as well as 3 of these technical plans cards. They're called gear. They work kind of like ship upgrades, but they don't take up they don't go into the middle of your ship. They don't take damage. They have to be held by a character, so either your captain or one of those crew. You got technical plans, and if you have technical plans, your battle rating is 3 better when you're attacking the Death Dodecahedron. Anomaly card, anomaly rules card for that awesome anomaly. Luxury links. Let's see if we actually have the right luxury links here. Yes, we do. Oh, so these are more of the Nav Links. There is enough now for each player with your respective player color. So the 5th captain is the white player, so they would use the white links. And there's enough there for their ship so that you don't have to share with other players. And then the green player has theirs, and there's more in here, of course. Here, there's enough so that any size rocket drive that you have your own dedicated nav links of the appropriate color. Beautiful. And I love these colors again. They're so just unique and special. They're not generic colors. Okay. And that takes us to the deluxe upgrade. Now, we're not going to see the metal coins, I'm sure, because they weren't in the other box. But we should see those 3D or double layered planets. More Ziploc bags. I think I can tell them we don't need this many Ziploc. That's why we have the foil bags. Okay. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what all should come in here? We should have metal coins, the 5 deluxe planets, which are going to be marbleized versions of the D12 planets, like the like this one. Of course, we don't even have the base ones here yet, so you'll see those the next time. And these 5 double thickness planets. Now check this out. This is double thickness, but it's actually different with indentations on each side. So this side has indentations for the 2 rows, and then this side has the indentations for the 3 rows that it has. And that required some pretty interesting engineering and graphic design to make it work so that the holes don't show through to the other side. We have to get things millimeter for millimeter exactly right, and then make sure that we had the right version showing on one side versus the other side. Anyway, it took some work, but it came out perfectly. And so the whole point here is that you now place your market demand tokens in these little slots so that they don't bump around or anything. Beautiful. Could not be happier with those. Whew. Okay, I don't know what amount of time this was, but definitely was a little longer than I expected. That's because this project's so big. I can't stress that enough. And that's why this process, here we are in the manufacturing process. This is also taking longer than we originally expected, but that at this point is par for the course with this game as a whole. But look at what it's gonna be on your table once you have it. Just fantastic. This game, I can't wait to play. I can't play yet with all this stuff, but maybe with the next box that I'll get momentarily, I'll have enough and we can actually do up a game. I think we will be able to. Hello again, this is Jason with Phase Shift Games, and we're back. This time I have a whole bunch of components from our manufacturer. We're going to go through all of that. This should be almost everything remaining that we were waiting on. But before I get into that, I wanted to quickly show from the last video, I organized everything into this box and the Strange Signals box. Just wanted to kind of show you how everything laid out in here. So first off, I have the deluxe planet tiles on top of the rulebook for now because we need to make a change to the insert inside. These will fit inside the insert. All right, so you take the rulebook out. And we've got our cardstock space walls for those who don't have the nice deluxe ones. So those I just had laying on top there. And then as you can see, I have the insert fully populated. Now, once again, we've got to make some changes to the insert. First of all, it's bubbling down here. That needs to be thicker, so that's an easy fix. The card wells here. This is where the deluxe planet tiles should go. But there's not enough room for them right now because currently this section here for all the cards only goes down halfway. This should go all the way to the ground, all the way to the floor of the box for the poker size cards, and then there'll be extra room. And then the top half would be for all of the large square cards. That's all the ship cards and stuff like that, and rules. And then the planet tiles would go in there as well. Okay, so that's why those were on top. Over here, same thing. These are all the Explore cards, the half-size cards. But that well should go all the way to the bottom so that there's room for expansion and critically sleeved cards as well. We already let the factory know that we need to make sure that there's enough room horizontally, vertically, and height-wise for all of the cards in sleeves. That said, everything else is great. Like the captains are all here. That already goes all the way to the bottom. The Dyson Sphere and the sun will fit in there. We've got all of the credits, and I mean all. This is not just the ones that come in the base box, but all the ones that are on all the token sheets in all the little expansions and the strange signals. There's a lot of extra tokens, credit tokens that we put in there just to be convenient, and they all fit in here nicely. Right now I have the anomaly tokens in this little shallow well. This shallow well is really for some of the components you're going to see today. Really, these should be mixed in with the crystals and all the other stuff that you would drop into the system. So this compartment here is kind of like all the stuff that you would drop in the system. Here we've got our Nav Tools. Now I have the luxury links, which are all the ones for each color. Like this is for the green player. And then in a bag, I put all the generic gray ones. You can do whatever you want with these. Actually, many of you are going to want to do a couple things. Use these for your players, obviously. If you have the luxury links coming to you, that's the point of these, is that they're color-coded. And then use the gray ones for measurement. There's a lot of anomalies in this game that refer to a certain number of links as a unit of measure. So you can use these extra ones to have a ready-to-go 1 link, 2 links, 3 links, 4 links, all the way up to 6 or 7. And you have plenty of extras in here that you could do that with. Heck, you could even glue them in a straight line so that they're almost like hard rulers at that point. That's up to you. Over here, I've got all the scenery, all the extra scenery that we've built into the game, and then plenty of room for a lot of the components you're going to see me unbox next. The one die that I got was, I just threw that in there, but I'm going to pull that out because we're about to see more dice. Anyway, yeah, so I'm really happy with the insert overall. We're going to make some changes. We're going to make sure it's thicker all the way around. We're going to extend this to the bottom. No reason not to make use of this extra space here. We're going to make sure that the card wells go deeper and include room for sleeved cards. And we're going to remove this little shallow thing and just make the other compartments bigger. All right, anyway, that is what I did with the main box. I'm going to put that over to the side for now, along with the lid. And then what did I do with Strange Signals? Let's show you. Because again, this box here, the Strange Signals box, is meant to be the storage solution for all anomalies. All right, so a couple things. First of all, right away, you're going to see that I have some of our game trays built in here. These don't come with Strange Signals. These are available extra. There's actually a little rules card, and on the back we put a link to our website where you can get these. But this box is designed to hold not only all of the anomalies in their holographic envelopes that we've provided. That's what these are. That's 18 anomalies right there. And so, as I said in the previous video, we gave tons of room here for extra anomalies in the future. Well, the other thing that we did was we designed it specifically so that you could, if you want, get the 3-pack of game trays from our site, and they all fit in here perfectly. And you can use those, you can stack them vertically or horizontally, and you can use these to store some of the extra thicker bits that come with some of these anomalies. So even though you can fit a lot of things in these holographic bags, in this case here for the Zest Planet, I've got, I mean, there's a lot in there. There's a rules card, triple thickness tile, some expansion cards or upgrades, what do I call this? Crew tile. So there's a lot of, stuff in here that all fit into these holographic bags, no problem. But you're not going to want to put thick plastic components in here, like dice. You're not going to want to put these, D4s in there, for example, or crystals. There just wouldn't be reasonable for this kind of envelope. So that's why these trays are nice, or you can just use Ziploc bags, whatever you want. But every one of the 18 anomalies are already sorted in here. I went through them the other day. Now, I think I mentioned on the previous video, these holographic bags are not constructed correctly yet. If you notice, this flap is covering over the title. That is not what we intended. What should happen is the transparent front should fold over to the back. That's the flap. And then the holographic part wouldn't be here. So that you can always read through the name. You can store these in alphabetical order, however you want. So that's it. I had already gone through, and I think, I don't know if I'll find it quickly here, but like the Whale of Deep Thoughts is, it has a whole deck of cards, and it all fits in the envelope, no problem. Yeah, here it is. So, oh, it's a token there, a punchboard token, the rules card, and a 9-card deck. And there's still room to spare in the envelope. So really happy with this as a storage solution for all the anomaly packs. That was the intent, was to have a nice organized way that you can store all of these in here. Also, you'll notice they are kind of slanted because the envelopes are a little too wide. We're going to tweak that so that they stay in the box nice and straight. So we're gonna fix that. And I want to say there was one more thing I was going to say. I forget. But all in all, very happy with how that storage solution is working out. All right, so with that, I'm going to move that box over to the side. And now let's get on to the new stuff. Okay, we have a lot of stuff in this bag. Let us start, and I will not go in any particular order because I couldn't hope to organize all of this for the purpose of the video. All right. I know I hear the clinking of metal coins, so I'm really excited to see that. But, all right, what I'm going to do is push everything up to the top, and I'm going to pull stuff forward one bag at a time, and we're going to go through it. But if I'm going to do that one, I really should find this one first. I don't want to do the deluxe planets before I do the base planets. All right, so in here, I can see... Well, this one has deluxe planets and base planets. All right, in here, we have our standard planet dice. These are all 12-sided, what are they called, dodecahedrons, but with no numbers or anything, just really nice, smooth, beautiful color planets. These all drop in the system with everything else at the start of the game, and then your ships can land on them. Then, for each player, you're associated with one of the colors, and that's kind of like if you're a pink player, then that's your home planet. I'm going to pull down the white die that you saw in the previous video. So that's it. Those are the 5 planets. Those are the 5 player colors, and everything looks great. I mean, they're nice. They're shiny. They're chunky. They feel really good. Okay, nothing much more to say on that. They're just great. This looks like the same stuff you saw in the previous video. Yes, it's another one of the white player battle dice. You saw this yesterday, the day I recorded the other video. You saw this in the other video. This is the Zest Planet. It's another D12. It's orange. And then the 3 pyramid ship dice. So they just gave us extras in here. Gonna put those away. There's nothing new in there. But in here, these are the deluxe planets. These come in the deluxe upgrade. And just for comparison, here's the normal pink planet and the deluxe. And you'll notice beautiful marbleization. Now, I don't want to detract from the awesomeness of the normal planets, but man, look at how stunning these are. Just love that texturing. Even the white one is like a pearl almost. So yeah, this should add that much more bling to the table. All right, beautiful. Man, we're off to a great start. I know I could see through the bag. There's a couple things I already know we're going to need to tweak. But all in all, pretty happy so far. All right, that's one down. What's next? So, wood components from 305. That's our SKU for strange signals. And here we have some awesome stuff. All right. First of all, there's lots of these little wooden discs, all with a furious fur ball of a bunch of different colors. There's purple, there's green, there's yellow, and so on. These are, they're furious fur balls. If you're familiar with a particular popular trope, that should be obvious what they are. There's 20 of those little wooden tokens, and they are very thick. They're small. They're meant to be small because you're going to get a bunch of these and you're going to put them on your ship. But they're thick so that you can pick them up really nicely. Beautiful. Love those. That is all of those. Look at that. Big pile of furry furiousness. Then we have, this is the chevron token. Should be able to see it there pretty well. This is for the drop gate. It just moves around the drop gate card as you encounter those pyramid ships, and just kind of identifies which chevron is active in the drop gate. Nice and easy. And lastly, these are sweet. These are, what are they called? The elemental stones. Part of the last element anomaly. They're heat printed on 4 sides, and it's the same image on all 4 sides. Beautiful. Excellent. They will get dropped in over the sun, and then you maneuver around and pick those up and then deliver them to the ancient temple. Awesome. Everything there is great. I have no comments on anything there. All right, moving on. Next up is, I almost should wait on these because oh God, I'm not going to wait. Oh, the clanking, the metal coins. Oh my gosh, and look at the coloring. Can you see that? I certainly hope you can. It's deep, it's vibrant anodized metal with a black wash to really bring out the details, and so you can see the number very clearly, 1s, 5s, and 25s. And oh, the clink, but they have a weight to them. Guys, oh my God, I cannot begin to tell you. These may be my favorite thing here. God, those blue ones are just so beautiful. Nothing more to say about these. Space coins, these are the metal space coins. You're gonna get them in the deluxe upgrade. And then if you play with 5 players, you wanna get one of the little booster packs as well, which adds additional. And if you wanna use these in other science fiction games, by all means, get as many boosters as you want, because these are sexy. Holy cow. So far, easily my favorite thing. Okay, moving on. This looks like, yeah, it's just one of the other SKUs. It's the exact same deluxe planets. No need to open that. It's just the planets in one of the other SKUs. All right. I'm going to wait to open this because I see the white player ships. I want to find the normal player ships, which are in here. All right. There's a lot of stuff in here. First of all, you could laugh. Believe me, I laughed. They did not understand what I meant when I said we need a wooden sun, and I sent them pictures of our spherical wooden sun. I don't know why it was so hard to understand what we wanted, but a flat oval is not what we want. Is this almost a joke about flat earthers? I don't know. So this is funny. This is not what the sun would be. So let's just ignore that. I've already told them when I saw they sent a picture, I'm like, what is that? It's like a sponge from a kitchen sink or something. I don't know. Okay, but aside from that, here we have fuel. Fuel canisters, heat printed on both sides, a nice wood color in between that matches one of the colors in the actual canisters, and those are beautiful. I love heat printed wood. I really do. We did this with Dungeon Drop, and we've stuck with it for every game since. We just taking wood components, which are high quality to begin with, and more premium feel to them, and then put the printing on it and the shine and the vibrant colors. It's just awesome. Absolutely awesome. Those are perfect. Now, going along with those are the salvage. Fuel and salvage are the two main heat printed components that are always in the system, alongside the asteroids and your ships and pirates. And once again, the salvage look absolutely beautiful, like little hunks of junk and metal floating in space. Now, the one thing I noticed, which I have to tell them about, is the size of these. The fuel compared to the salvage, I think, is larger than we intended. Not much, though. Seeing it firsthand now, side by side, it's not that big a deal. But the fuel is larger than that. So I don't know if the salvage should be a little larger or the fuel should be a little smaller, but we will probably make a switch there. Next, we have, let's do the player ships. 1, 2, 3, and 4. In the base game, comes with 4 player ships, 1 in each of those colors. Heat printed on both sides. Yellow, green. Trying to not get the glare when I show you this here closer up. And pink. And then, of course, in the 5th player expansion would be the white. We'll get to that in a moment. Those are awesome. And then related to each one of those player ships are the 4 related pirate ships. 1 for each of the same colors, related to the same 4 planets. Oops, where'd it go? The blue pirate, pink, green, and yellow. So these are awesome. These are awesome. Nothing to say about those. They're the right size, they're the right thickness, they're chunky, they're gorgeous, they're going to be outstanding. All right, then we have all these little hexagonal pieces. These are the market demand tokens. There was no need to try to heat print on these. These are really small, and they're just meant to be like cargo containers. So now these, if I take out the deluxe planets, this is why we have the indentations there in the deluxe. These should fit perfectly in those spaces, and they do. So that as you are selling to the planets, if you sell green asteroids to this planet, they sell for 4 each, and then you cover the 4 spot with one of these market demand tokens, and now every subsequent green that you sell there is going to be worth 5 until that happens, and then you cover that space, and then from that point forward, they're all just 1 each. So nice, simple system, and nice to have them locked in place like that. Cool. They work perfectly. And lastly, in this little pack are these guys. These are the space mines. These are heat printed on both sides. And these are one of the anomalies that come in the game. There's 10 space mine tokens. I think, what's the rule? You drop 2 in the system, 2 per player. So if you're playing a 4-player game, you're going to drop 8 in the system. And then you start flicking them around and trying to blow up other people's ships with them. Awesome. That is everything that was in that little pack. That was kind of like the base game pack of wooden components. Let's keep it moving. Let's do the 5th player expansion now. So the 5th player expansion comes with 1 additional salvage, 2 additional fuel, 4 additional market demand tokens. It comes with extra cardboard. It comes with a cardboard slug with more credit tokens, and it comes with the 5th captain. You saw that stuff in the previous video. And it also comes with the white battle die, a white pirate, and a white player ship. Now, this is where they did make a mistake. These 2 ships here, the pirate and the player, should not be white wood. It should be the white heat printing on top of the same dark wood that all of the other player ships and pirate ships are. So that was something that we had to fix with them, which we already let them know about. Other than that, no problems. Let's keep going. Once again, this is the same planets and battle dice, just for a different SKU, so nothing I need to pull out. Ooh, okay, let's do these guys. These will be fun. These are the dark jellies. Oh, dark jelly. Let's see how much you can see it on camera. Let's see if I can get the angle right with the lighting. There is goo inside. There we go. Now you can probably see it there. There's some goo inside, just like we did with the gelatinous cubes in Dungeon Drop. These are 12 millimeters, so these are in Dungeon Drop terms, these are the same size as the huge monsters, and that's because, as I showed you in the previous video, we're giving you a huge monster card called Dark Jelly. You're going to use one of these 3, take this and add that all to Dungeon Drop. Then the other 2 are used with the Dark Jelly's Anomaly in Drop Drive. And they are perfection. Nothing wrong with those at all. Then, these are the wooden components for shipping shenanigans. So, first off, we'll start with the menacing monstrous mimic. This was one of the things that comes in shipping shenanigans, again, for Dungeon Drop. This is a huge monster, monstrous mimic, the same size as the other one. This huge monster cube is made to look like the treasure chest from Dungeon Drop, just a darker color in the middle, and it's got that cool tongue coming out of the 1, and a special rules card. So Shipping Shenanigans was our fundraiser. Obviously, everything was themed based on shipping disasters, and, you know, there's no better example than a dangerous crate than a mimic or a monstrous mimic. Then also in this pack are 2 anomalies for Drop Drive. One's called the Galactic Shipping Hub, and the other is the Wreck of the Everstar. So for the Wreck of the Everstar, basically wherever that anomaly was found, wherever the Everstar crate carrier crashed into an asteroid, you're going to drop all these crates in right over the Everstar ship. So they're gonna kind of spread out as though the Everstar crashed into the asteroid and all the cargo kind of started spreading out from where they are. And then people can go and collect these, put them in their cargo, and re-deliver them back to the Galactic Shipping Hub or to a planet and get a bunch of credits for helping out. So those are beautiful, heat printed on 4 sides. They look like shipping containers. Love them. And then these are similar, just that there's 1 per color now that match the planets. This is the Galactic Shipping Hub anomaly. You have 1 per planet, and they each have a different reward if you take this one from the Galactic Shipping Hub and deliver it to the pink planet. It's like a planetary aid container, and likewise for each of the other colors. So they all have a different effect. And so these are kind of like the generic ones, and then these are the planet-specific ones. And they're all great. Absolutely perfect. Guys, I hope you're getting as excited about this as we are. We are nearing the finish line of just a massive project. All right. Oh, there they are. I just want to bathe in these. These are no different than the ones you saw earlier. It's just that this is the quantity that's supposed to come in the deluxe upgrade. This is where you get the majority of the space coins. And then the pack you saw earlier is just probably from the booster where you get a smaller amount. Oh, they just feel glorious, and they sound glorious, and they look glorious. Okay, I'll stop now. All right, man, is that it? I think it is. Guys, have you seen these? Okay, I think that's it for this video. We're going to come back one last time, and I will talk about the campaign and kind of close up any final thoughts. But that is the unboxing. Oh, so what are we still expecting? We are expecting a sun. We are expecting some updated, tweaks to things like the insert and stuff. I don't know if we're going to make a whole video for those tweaks. You saw everything. You know that we're working hard on this. And it's going to be absolutely stunning. All right, I'll sign off for now, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.